All right, so after I watched John Wick Chapter 4, I saw some headlines about, oh, well, John Wick 5 is apparently being talked about. So let's get into what we think about all that. John Wick 5 back on the table after box office blow up. Let's skip around here. The unstoppable action pick served up a huge 73.8 million domestically after pristine reviews and an A cinema score from audiences. Apparently the results were just as impressive overseas. Skipping around, making a fifth installment of John Wick is no challenge, considering that Keanu Reeves' character seemingly meets his demise at the end of Chapter 4. But on Sunday, Lionsgate's Joe Drake, I think is their name, Drake, told The Hollywood Reporter that a John Wick 5 is no longer out of the question. He said, "There's a will and there's an openness, and you could certainly interpret that ending in different ways." They did that very intelligently. Is he dead? Is he not dead? Whatever. We're all going to take a tiny rest here and then scratch at ideas about whether there's a credible way to get into 5, but there's no guarantee. So they just talk about it being an about face, a change for the creative team, because I guess the team and Reeves were pretty certain that this was the end of it, hence the ending of the movie. But the director had previously considered making the 4th and 5th films back to back. The idea was scrapped once they decided on the end of Chapter 4. Here they're just talking about the fact that he shows up in the spin-off, which Ballerina, which stars Ana Armas. We also, okay, well, Drake said he is in Ballerina, interestingly, in a very strategic way. And we're talking about a couple of others that he could certainly participate in. I know that Chad has a bunch of really cool ideas. Drake alluded to a prequel as a possibility, noting you could certainly go earlier with the story. And I guess I'll stop here because, you know, like I said, I watched the movie. And it was amazing. It was just like, if you thought 3 was elevated with the action and the fucking fight choreography and all that shit, like 4 was, I mean, awesome as well. And Rena's character was so cool, which is why I really think that they should go the prequel route. Or if you really want to bring John Wick back, I think that they should just do it in like a long time from now. Like maybe, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years from now. And then use the rest of the time in between to talk about how the Continental even got set up, to talk about, like I said, Rena's character, Akira, and go watch her chase after Kane to try and kill his ass. Like, there's just so many ways that this could go, that I prefer us to just go back in time, see how these networks, these assassin networks, got even set up in the fucking first place. Maybe to even see a younger John Wick, like that would be, to see him in his true prime. Of course, they would have to they would definitely have to recast, because I saw, what did he say in this article? They said this: there's also another possibility should Reeves want to return to the role, making a prequel set before Wick retired to settle down with his wife, though that would require Wick playing a far younger version of the character than has been seen. Fortunately, as one South by Southwest audience member noted to Reeves, he doesn't seem to age. But Keanu Reeves said this: "Yeah, man, I age. It's happening, man." So I don't know. Obviously, they would have to recast, but I think it would be it would be really cool to see John Wick in the beginnings of his shit, maybe how he got into the shit in the first place, and then watch his gradual rise to just being known as the Baba Yaga, you know, like just him being known as John Wick and the things that he had to do, the things he did to people. Maybe he had some markers out on some hoes, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but yeah, I really think that instead of like resurrecting his ass in the 5th movie, or maybe they make like a franchise, the world of John Wick, and then have like the other prequel movies just be under that, like the John Wick universe or some shit like that. Obviously, we don't need a JWU, but we don't have to call it that, but that's what it would be. And then you could put these other characters like Akira, chasing after Kane ass. You could put, oh my god, who's that fine ass nigga? Who's that fine ass nigga? Y'all know who I'm talking about, Mr. Nobody. Oh my god, that nigga's so goddamn fine. Shamir Anderson, I think, is the actor's name, and I saw him also in Apple TV's Invasion. I think it was on there. But either way, like, get all these motherfuckers back. Like, imagine a sequel show about Kane and Mr. Nobody and Akira, and you know what I mean? What is the Bowery King doing? What is they ass doing? Like, it would just be so cool. But also a prequel series with the Bowery King, with Winston, with the concierge, and the actor in real life also passed too. That was so sad. And it happened in the beginning of the movie. I was like, God damn, this is so sad. I know it's a character right now, but like the fact that the actor died also, it was just really sad. So like seeing all them when they were younger, even Halle Berry when she was younger, maybe, like Halle Berry, you know what I'm talking about, Halle Berry's character from the third movie. Like, even seeing them when they were younger would be really really cool. The Marquis de whatever his name is, even though Bill Skarsgård is just like, ooh, child. I did enjoy seeing him on screen. That's all I'm gonna say. But either way, the Marquis, that shit was so. Remember that, child? That ending was so cunt. Cause like when Winston looked at the Marquis and was just like, "You arrogant asshole." Wick didn't even shoot yet, and he got shot right between the eyes. I got my entire life because I was not expecting that shit. I was like, oh, okay, like how are they gonna pull this shit off? Like at the end, I was like, this final battle does not seem to be between the Marquis and John Wick. That shit is between Kane and John Wick. And I was just like, now John Wick, you already know what Akira said, that if you don't kill Kane, she gonna have to do that shit. And that's why that post credit scene was so kind, because it's just like, hey, you're in danger. You're in danger. You thought Akira was fucking kidding, girl? She's coming for that neck. She's coming for that wig. What you call it? Mr. Nobody's dog was so fun. I mean, that stair scene was so crazy. I was like, is John Wick ever gonna stop falling down these goddamn steps? Bitch, he had 3 minutes to get up them stairs. Okay? And Kane was out here giving me tough realness, bitch. I mean, the way he was giving echolocation tease, I was like, I don't know, the whole entire movie was just fun. And let me tell you something, I have no idea where that nightclub is at, where John Wick fought that one motherfucker. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't know where the nightclub was at, but one of y'all gonna have to take me. We gonna go. We gonna go, because the water was parting. I was like, I would feel like I'm Moses in that hole, because the water was parting every time they was walking through that shit. I was like, okay, that's kind. That's really kind. You know what I mean? But yeah, I will say that this movie did not disappoint. That whole was long as hell though. I was in the theater like, God damn, because I already knew the steps that the main character had to go take. They had to go get their shit mended from what's her face. They had to go challenge the Marquis to a one-on-one. I was just like, girl, you really think this motherfucker? And when they were choosing what weapons they used and what time and whatever, like the Marquis really thought he got one up on John Wick. But I was like, girl, this is John Wick. This is Baba Yaga. Like, what's the tea? You know what I mean? What's the tea? So I don't know. Tell me what y'all think though about the idea of like sequels or prequels. I'm definitely more of a prequel kind of person, because I think they did such a good job establishing like why John Wick is pissed, and just like from the first movie, and extending that or growing that universe with each movie. But I think they have enough of a foundation to go back in time and give us a prequel. Let us see John Wick in his golden era, or you know what I mean, like when he was his strongest, when he really made, let's see how he made that name for himself. And yeah, if you're gonna do a sequel, give us the new characters that you introduced, like I said, Mr. Nobody, Akira, and all that stuff. So yeah, let me know what you think. Thank y'all so much for checking out the video, and I will catch y'all later. Peace.